It's me. Can everybody see and hear me? I'm looking in the comments. I see Vismai. I see Brandy. I see Nia. We got about 10 people so far. This is the first time I've done this in a long time. Hey, Diane. Hopefully we won't have a long promo tonight. This definitely took some getting used to. I'm glad that I did this process, because for the life of me, I could not figure out how to do all the tricks I used to do to get the video to stream everywhere it needed to stream, and it really took some doing. So I think we got everybody here. Welcome to the first promo for MUSiPOLiTiX in 2021. We are going to continue MUSiPOLiTiX in 2021, but it's going to be much more limited than it was last year. That was a lot for both me and Michael. Michael's going to do a couple things. I'm going to do a couple things, and we'll play it by ear and see how it goes. We don't want to give up the platform completely, but it's not going to be a weekly show like it was last year, because it looks like things are going to be going back to what was loud. Nia says something was super loud. What was she talking about? Thank you, Brandy and Diane. I know you guys were really looking forward to it coming back. I was too, but I was also dreading it. It's a lot of work and it's a lot of stress, and the topics we cover are pretty heavy, and the guests that we get are pretty, they bring their A game, so we got to bring our A game, and it's just, it's a lot. So right now, my goal is to do something once a month. And we have, what would you hear when I'm cleaning the webcam? It's just a camera. Yeah, so my goal is to do something once a month. And I don't know if we'll make that goal or not. But that way, I think that's enough that we can still use the platform when we have something, hey, Stephen, important to discuss. And without it being too much stress and too much pressure. And that way we can be flexible on which Tuesday. Because again, the world's slowly going back to normal. So, Michael and I won't always have available Tuesdays. And for that matter, you might not see both of us every time. Sometimes you'll just see me and maybe a guest co-host. I would love it if sometimes you would just see Michael if I'm not available, but we'll see. So, we'll see what happens in 2021. So tomorrow is going to be a little different. But it's hopefully going to be great. So you guys probably know, if you watch the show, that literally, I think it was the week of Sade's episode, my dad passed unexpectedly. And my dad was an environmentalist, and was trying to figure out what I could do to pay tribute to him, and ultimately decided that the best way to do it, since we had the show, was to get some environmentalists as guests and talk about environmentalism and the environment and climate change and things like that. And since the show tends to focus on issues of race, and my dad was also very invested in fighting racism, I guess would be the best way to put it, that we would focus on Black environmentalists and the relationship between the environment and racism, which a lot of people, I don't even think, realize that there's a connection. But I'm sure, as we'll discuss tomorrow, things that hurt the planet hurt marginalized people the most and rich white people the least. So that'll be what we'll get into tomorrow. Like I said, it's not going to be an episode about my dad. It'll be an episode about things that he cared about, or more importantly, it'll be an episode about things that our guests care about, which is adjacent enough to him that I think it's a fitting tribute. So I really hope that we'll have some good support. Tomorrow we're going to do 2 of those episodes, one for his birthday, which is tomorrow, and then one for Earth Day, which is in April. So we'll do it the Tuesday before Earth Day. And I believe, because the first expert that I reached out to, and his name is Michael Malcolm, we'll meet him tomorrow. He asked if we could do as a panel instead of as just one guest. And so it will be him and Marnese, who's the other expert that's tomorrow. It'll be those two tomorrow, and then we'll bring in some more guests for the panel for Earth Day. And so I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be a little different than some of our past episodes, but I'm glad that we're doing it, and it's a good way to get back involved in the in MUSiPOLiTiX for 2021. That's really all I have. I've been busy with my own medical stuff as well as church stuff and just other stuff going on in life. So I don't have too much else to talk about. Obviously, last season was very thoroughly devoted to issues leading up to the election. And so whoever this is that commented, we can't see your name. Let me see if I can show you how to add your name if you want to. Here, if you want to go to this link, I'm about to put it in the comments, and then we'll be able to see who you. Hey, what's up, Justin? So if you go to this link and you fill out your name, we'll be able to see it. So yeah, so that's the tribute that we're doing tomorrow. Like I said, last season of the show was very much focused on leading up to the election and the things that we could do to help turn the election in favor of the people and causes we care about. And I believe in our small way we were successful because the election did very narrowly turn the right way. But I want to make sure we put out there the importance of voting in your local elections. We had a lot of guests last season that were local politicians. Councilman Awe was a big hit. Representative Stubbs, Representative Crockett, Judge Collins. Those are all elected positions. So just because you don't live in their districts, or maybe you do, vote in your local elections. It's so important. All that voter suppression they're doing right now in Georgia to try to offset the success that we had in Georgia is all done by people that were elected locally. People that were elected locally are now trying to suppress statewide and national voting. And so if we don't use this show for anything else in the 2021 season, hopefully we'll use it to make sure we get out the vote for local elections. I am organizing for some candidates here in Madison. In my district, District 16, we have Jayal Curry who's running. In an adjacent district, we have Nikki Conklin who's running. We have a state superintendent race that's really important. It's a decent Democratic candidate against a what's her name? Betsy DeVos put up. And if any of the regulars, or anybody who's not regular, if you're irregular, but if any of the MUSiPOLiTiX family wants to help in local elections, the campaigns that I am volunteering for are looking for people to phone bank and text bank, or whatever you want to call it, and you don't have to live in state. You can, if you want to help me elect some amazing Black woman candidates right here in Madison, but you live in Illinois, you can phone bank for these candidates here. Just let me know and I'll set you up. You don't have to be in state. So if you, again, I'm helping organize for some candidates here, and if you want to help me, we will take the help. But please check out your local elections where you live, see who the candidates are, and see how you can help them, because I guarantee they need your volunteer hours, they need your donations and everything else. Oh, look, see, here's my local candidate right here. Maybe we'll do an episode with her sometime, either between now and the election or after the election. I'm trying to figure that out again right now. The most important thing is the 2 episodes for the environmental stuff tomorrow and April. But there's Jayal Curry for District 16, which is the district I live in, so it's especially important to me. And she's running against an empty shirt, white, mediocre candidate, which is happening in a lot of these local elections. So again, Councilman Awe's up for re-election in June. So I'm sure he can use our help as well. I'm sure he's got phone banking and things of that nature. So again, if we don't use the show for anything else, local elections. So really, I'm just supposed to be promoting tomorrow. So hopefully all of you will come back and meet me tomorrow and invite your friends and share the video, share the flyer. There's a flyer up. Please go to the event page, invite your friends, go to the flyer and hit share. We want to have a decent audience. The most important thing to us is that we have a good audience for our guests, because we get plenty of views and listens later on once it's no longer live. But we want to have people here live to interact with the guests. That's what makes this show different from other podcasts and things like that. So, so please, tomorrow when the show is on, share the live video. But before tomorrow, go to the event page, invite your friends, go to the flyer and hit share, because we want our guests to feel like they've got a good, solid, and interested audience. Hey, Jayal, if you're still here, can you put in the comments where people can go if they want to volunteer and help phone bank or anything else that they can do for your campaign? If she's still here and she puts it in the comments, I'll throw it on the screen. Anything else? I'm going to try to get out of here in 20 minutes. So those who are longtime fans of the show know that we have a thing on Monday nights where I go get pizza. And it's not every Monday, but it just happened enough times where we were arguing about pizza during the promo. And so as a result, I went and got pizza, trying to catch between that and then Monday Moment with Maya. I hope everybody knows Monday Moment with Maya, 8:30 Central Time, or whatever time she feels like showing up, because it's been 8:45 a few times recently. So yeah, I try to run and get pizza and then come back in time for Monday Moment with Maya, which is every Monday night. So, yeah. So I recently saw a news story where there was a local business in New Jersey that was struggling during the pandemic, and a YouTuber named, his channel was One Bite Pizza Reviews, who does One Bite Pizza Reviews, showed up and did a review of their restaurant, and it really helped their business. So then I started following their pizza reviews, and it turns out they'd reviewed most of the pizza places here in my hometown. And for the most part, I agreed with their reviews. They did give a particularly low review to one of my favorite places that didn't make it through the pandemic, and a low but still higher than I thought it should be review of a place called Ian's Pizza, which I think is just terrible. But the place in the greater Madison area that they gave the highest ranking to, Lucille Pizza, I haven't tried yet. So I said I was going to make it a point to try them to see. And so if I have time and the roads are clear enough, I'm going to run out and get that and come back in time for Monday Moment with Maya. So there's my pizza story, since these Monday night promos, for some reason, you're trying to start stuff, Diane, and we're just not having it here. Nia's got a carb-free pizza that she's going to be eating tonight. So here's the link for Jayal's campaign. Again, you don't have to be from Madison. You don't have to be from Wisconsin. It is perfectly legal and welcome and wanted for you to help and volunteer. This particular race is where I live. So if you have a reason where you feel like, well, why should I get involved for this random place? Well, you know me, I care about my district. So, if you don't do it for anybody else, do it for me. But again, it's important in every local race, because there's so many local races where that ends up deciding, because of the dominoes, national issues. And again, if you don't see it anywhere else, see it in redistricting, see it in voter laws. That's all decided by local politicians, and they're using it to affect the outcome of national races. So get involved on a local level. Research your candidates. Not all races are partisan, but all races are partisan. So even if they don't have a D or an R next to their name, find out where they stand on the issues. And sometimes the DNR are deceiving. There have been cases where somebody has run as a Democrat, but not supported progressive issues, And then there have been a few kind of cases where somebody has run as a Democrat and maybe they support the right issues, but they're just an idiot. I've encountered a few of those. So do research. I mean, so just to give an example, the race that I've got the link here on the screen for, Jayal Curry, who I happen to know personally and know as a wonderful person and a wonderful candidate, and she will do a great job. And I agree with her on all or most of the issues. Now, her opponent, if you were to look at a printout of where he stands on the issues, for the most part, it's pretty similar. And it's a nonpartisan race, but if it was a partisan race, I'm pretty sure they'd both be running as Democrats. I know her opponent was involved in the previous Democratic presidential election campaigns. So it's not always an issue of Democrat versus Republican. In this case, it's Democrat versus Democrat, and where they stand on the issues is similar, but one candidate is just simply not substantive. And you have somebody that actually is actively involved in the community and is knowledgeable about the issues. And then you have another candidate who is from out of state and is not knowledgeable at all about the issues. So again, with local races, you really have to do your research. And I know it's tedious and I know it's time consuming and I know it's a pain, but it affects people's lives. So, okay. We talked about that. We talked about pizza. Let's just do a recap of what's going to happen tomorrow. And then I will see you guys tomorrow. So thanks, Fans Buses Gaming. I don't know. I guess, am I supposed to know about this class? I don't know about the class. So, and yes, it's always Diane's fault. So tomorrow is our first MUSiPOLiTiX episode of 2021. We're going to do a series of special events in 2021 as opposed to a weekly show the way we did in 2020. That has to do with the workload in 2021 plus the world reopening plus Michael's and my stress level. Thank you, Nia, for that. So we're going to do a series of special events, special episodes in 2021. We have 2 scheduled so far. Both are about the environment and environmental issues. Both are a tribute to my father, who devoted his life to environmental issues and issues of race. And so we're going to be featuring Black and BIPOC environmentalists from around the country on both of those episodes. And that's tomorrow. The next one will be in April. And then if we don't throw anything else in there, we'll see what we have for May. I'd love to have something in May. I will throw out a little sneak peek of what might be happening, but this isn't confirmed yet. Because, I mean, who knows what the world's going to look like in May? Who knows what my health is going to look like in May? There's so many variables right now. We just can't, but what I've talked about doing is bringing back some of our guests from last season as a guest co-host and then letting them pick a topic, and then we have a new guest. So far, there's 2 guests that have expressed interest in doing that, and that's we have 2 Jasmines. What's Jasmine's last name? Jasmine, is her last name Hayes, or I don't know. What's Jasmine's last name? I know her dad's name is Charles Hayes, but Jasmine Koenig. That took me way longer than it needed to. And she wants to talk specifically about LGBTQ issues, specifically the T. So, and I have a great guest in mind if we do that. So that's a possibility for May. And then the esteemed Councilman Awe is up for re-election in June. So he wants to come back, I believe, after his re-election, unless for some reason coming back before his re-election would help his campaign. So that would be another thing. We haven't gotten, into topics yet, but that would be something to look forward for June or July. So just keep those in the back of your mind. That's G15 classified information, not for public consumption. What's up, Todd? Now, I would love for Dave to be a guest co-host at some point, But you guys know Dave doesn't barely know how to work a computer. So that's not something that is, yeah, it would be fun. I'll give it that. I'll tell you, I've always liked Dave, but finding out how much of a Mitch Hedberg fan he is made me like him even more. Because anybody who wants to be Mitch Hedberg is, yeah. So you'll find out tomorrow. To be honest, I don't know. You guys know how the show works. We find a topic we want to talk about, and then we find an expert or a guest in that area, and then we go from there. And they can talk about whatever they want to. Hey, if you can put it in his head. So, okay. Where are we at? 25 minutes? That's perfect. I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you guys enjoyed our little promo night tonight. I have time to run and get the pizza and make it back for Monday Moment with Maya. Please. So what is your assignment? Who knows what the assignment is? I'll wait for the comments. Somebody play some Jeopardy music or something. So your assignment is to go to the event, share the event, invite people to the event. Go to the flyer, share the flyer. Show up tomorrow night, share the live video. And then find some local elections that you can volunteer to help be the change you want to see in the world. And if you need a local election to volunteer in, I'll set you up with some here. Otherwise, I guarantee there are some in your area. Unless you're Canadian like Brandy, I don't think they have elections. I think the Moose just choose. So, okay, that's it. I'm a little bit over, but we still have plenty of time to come back for Maya. Thanks, guys, for hanging out. I hope I will see you tomorrow.